All I have in my bank for the next 24 hours is the Twisted Bow. I'll be using my level 125 combat max main account for this challenge with the goal of seeing how much money we can make in 24 hours using only the Twisted Bow. I've reset the loot tracker, that way you guys can see every single GP we make this mini-series, and we'll be using RuneLite's built-in stopwatch to keep track of the time. Now without further ado, 3, 2, 1, let's get started. Ladies and gentlemen, we are diving right in. But before we do, I want to show you guys our total bank value. I cleaned out everything I possibly could, but due to some untradables like our Ferocious Gloves, a Vernic Defender, Full Graceful, our bank value is 23.2 mil. So at the end of the mini-series, we'll deduct 23.2 mil from the overall total bank value, and that will be our profit we made in 24 hours. Now we do actually have a slight problem, and the problem is that I have no ammunition. I thought it would be kind of immersion breaking if we started this 24-hour mini-series with ammunition, almost like cheating, so I decided to start the series off as bare bones as we possibly can. Now unfortunately for me, that means I'm going to be having to kick some zombie pirates until we can get enough GP to afford some ammunition. That's what I'm talking about, boys. We already got some food. Hell yeah, let's see what else we can get. I promise you guys, this will be the only time in this mini-series we do not use the Twisted Bow. Nice, 24 blighted ancient sacks, that's another 5k. And there's the big drop we were looking for, a rune mace. Let's go buy some ammo. All right, we sold everything. Let's see how much money we have. 22k, I'm rich, boys. I'm gonna use this money to buy 300 adamant arrows, and we're gonna go right back to the zombie pirates. And I'm actually gonna use our remaining 3k to buy a ring of dueling. Beautiful. I think I can say with confidence, this is probably the first time in history anyone has killed zombie pirates with a Twisted Bow. Oh baby, Rune Warhammer, that's what I'm talking about, fellas. 24k straight to the bank. Now I definitely don't have some crazy master plan to make money, but I do have a plan, and for the next step, I estimate we're gonna need about 150 to 200k. All right, after my next decent drop, I'm gonna go to the GE, and I think we should have enough money to do the bare minimum for our next step. Oh, beautiful, a dragon dagger. That is what I'm talking about. Thank you, zombie pirates. The next step of our plan doesn't require that much money per se, but there is a couple of specific things I need to buy before we get started, so hopefully we have enough. Alright, after keeping the super restores, I got 85k cash. Let's see. That's what I'm talking about, fellas. We were able to get the main things we needed. One piece of Zami, one piece of Sarah, one piece of Bandos, and one piece of Arma. I'm not going to equip it yet because I don't want anyone here to know where we're headed next. Nice, we were also able to buy some ranging pots, a glory, and some rune arrows. Just spent 7k on an accumulator from Purdue. Could have got it from Ava for like 1k, but in this series, time is literally money. And I just basically spent the rest of our money buying 30 high alp. Now you may have already guessed it, but in case you haven't, where we're headed next is the Wilderness God Wars dungeon. Inside of the Wilderness God Wars dungeon, there is an absolutely perfect NPC for us to kill, and that is the Spiritual Mages. Not only do Spiritual Mages have a high magic level, which is perfect for our Twisted Bow, but they also drop Dragon Boots and Ecumenical Keys. And at the moment, Dragon Boots are over 400k GP a pair. And not only that, but Ecu Keys are actually a very common drop, and every time we get one, we can high alch it for 60k cash. And last but not least, they drop a decent amount of runes, and those will add up as well. All I need is 1 or 2 pairs of Dragon Boots to drop, and some Ecumenical Keys, and we can get skyrocketed right into the next step of our plan. There we go, boys, our first Ecu Key, hell yeah. Let's alch this bad boy up, and what the heck, you cannot use alchemy on that item? I guess that they changed that a long time ago to stop all the bots that were here alching them for money. I'm not gonna lie though, that definitely threw a small wrench into our plan. It's all good though, I'm gonna stay positive. I normally have some crazy dragon boot RNG, so all we gotta do is get 1 pair of D boots and we are going to be in the money. I just noticed that Jagex put a Santa hat on Bloodvelds for Christmas. Boys, that's crazy work, dude. Look at that. Do you guys see what I see on the ground? Dragon boots, baby. Let's go. 430k. Almost 500,000 GP. What is this, 2007? Oh my god, that feels so good. Check out the loot tracker, gentlemen. That only took 89 kills, and now we can go buy some giant upgrades. You guys see that cash stack? We got 480k to work with. Beautiful. Alright, that was an amazing first trip. We got 1 pair of Dragon Boots in not too much time at all, and we got 1 Ecumenical Key. Now, even though we can't alch these, I do plan on going to God Wars Dungeon later, so I'm gonna head back there until we get 5 keys, and hopefully we snag another pair of Dragon Boots. And even after buying more supplies and upgrading to amethyst arrows, we still have 318k cash we're gonna bank, so we're doing absolutely amazing. Oh my god, boys, I literally just got here. Let me show you guys the loot tracker. Boys, check that out. I'm so glad I came back. We got the first pair at 89kc, and we got the second pair at 92, only 3 kills later. I was telling you boys, I normally have busted Dragon Boot RNG. Gentlemen, we're on fire. Another pair of Dragon Boots. Oh baby, let's go. Check out the loot tracker, fellas. 129kc, our third pair of Dragon Boots. Boys, these are almost 450k a pop. Just in these 2 pairs alone, that's 900k. That is giant for our mini series. Not gonna lie though, it is pretty funny looking at the loot tracker that we've had 3 pairs of Dragon Boots before we've had our second ecumenical key. Alright, we got our second ecumenical key. I've got the Wildy Hard Diary done, so I can get up to 5 ecumenical keys, and once we have the equipment to go to God War's dungeon, it's going to be very nice to have 5 keys ready to go and not have to worry about getting KC. Alright, we got a little hard clue scroll. I don't know if we'll do that, but you know what, we'll see. We've done it again, boys. Another pair of Dragon Boots. Oh man, that feels so good. And that was before our third ecumenical key. And just in case you're wondering how we're doing on time, that is right under the 2-hour mark. Now, let me show you guys the loot tracker. That was our 4th pair of Dragon Boots in 300kc. So we're just about to hit 2 hours, and so far on tracker, we've made just over 2 mil. Not bad for starting with nothing, not even ammunition. And when it rains, it pours, gentlemen. Ecumenical key number 3, dude, this is going amazing. That's what I'm talking about, fellas. Ecumenical key number 4. And you guys want to know the craziest thing? If you check the chat box, my boy Stoke-on-Trent Ironman just got a Dragon Axe. And he says, thanks to TSN for the assist. I aggroed Supreme and Prime off him so he could get to wreck safely. And now we're getting drops at the same time. Absolutely awesome, dude. Alright, gentlemen. That is the last kill of our trip for some mud runes. We are all out of prayer. And guys, I am super glad we decided to come back for another trip. Not only did we get 3 more ecumenical keys, making that 4 ecu keys for God War's dungeon later, we also got 3 more pair of Dragon Boots, totaling 4 pairs of Dragon Boots. I'm gonna sell all this and we should have way more money than we need to move on to the next step. Just take a look at the actively traded price on Dragon Boots, 438k. They literally just keep climbing. We just sold 3 pairs for 1.3 mil. That is so nice. And we still have the 300k in the bank. And now we have 4 ecumenical keys. Dude, this is great. After taking out the 300k we had in the bank, we have 1.76 mil and 4 ecu keys. We're off to a great start. Alright, the first thing I'm going to actually buy with our new cash stack is a skill cape of construction. Beautiful. Certainly that sounds fair. Excellent. This is going to help us so much in the next 24 hours. Spending that 99k, we've just unlocked the Ornate Pool of Rejuvenation, a ton of tellies, spellbook swaps, everything. Alright, check out our new setup. We got the full black dragon hide, the ancient coif, mixed hide boots. I spent most of our money on 50 prayer pots, 10 more divine ranging potions, and another 1,000 amethyst arrows. We still got just about 700k cash, and now we're headed to brutal black dragons. Oh, I almost forgot. We're gonna need, I don't know how many. I don't even know if we need the extended super, but I guess I should. I'll spend another 100k on super anti-fires. And we're gonna buy like 20 dark crabs. I'll probably only bring 2 every trip. Brutal black dragons used to actually be one of my favorite AFK moneymakers on my alt account when they came out. And even in 2025, they still have quite a good drop table. Boys, look at that. 57 with amethyst arrows. Absolutely nuts. We just got our first kill, and just take a look at that drop. Dragon Med, 2 black dragon hides, and dragon bones. That's like almost 70k in 1 kill. 61 with Ami arrows, bro. I'm not even using Rigger, I'm using Eagle Eye. And just so you guys can see how we're doing on time, we're just over the 2 hour and 20 minute mark. So I don't know how long I'll kill these for, but I would like to have at least, I don't know, let's say 3 or 4 mil before we move on to the next piece of content I would like to try. So I'm thinking we'll probably AFK these for the next couple of hours. Rune plate body, beautiful. Dragon arrow tips, dude, 70k drop, beautiful. And I have 99 fletching. I could actually make those into dragon arrows myself. and use them later on for bossing. I had to cut that trip a little bit early because I was almost going to die, but that trip was only 5 minutes. You can tell by my divine ranging potion, I only used 1 dose, and we made 250k in 5 minutes, dude. That's insane. This is the end of the trip, but I just got a rune hosta. It's not worth much, but it's still cool to see in the invo. Damn, boys, we just got a dragon dart tip drop. 40 dragon dart tips is only 57k. I remember just a year ago or so, they were like almost 4k each. That drop back then would have been like 160k. Say it ain't so. Well, even though they're cheap, I just got back-to-back dart tip drops, so I'm happy. This is going to be the last kill we do at Brutal Black Dragons. I have exhausted all of our supplies. Hopefully we can get something good. And give me some dragon dart tips or dragon arrow tips, please. No cigar. But we did make a ton of money, and I can't wait to go show you guys and then sell all the juicy loot. This is all the loot that we got from Brutal Black Dragons. It is a pretty nice loot stack. The 561k was my cash stack we already had banked before we started. Let's sell all the loot and see what our ending cash stack is. Absolutely beautiful. Our ending cash stack is just under 3.1 million GP, and that means we made 2.5 mil from selling off the Brutal Black Dragon loot. And if you check the loot tracker, on tracker we made 2.7 mil in 117 kills, so we're only missing about 200k in drops we didn't pick up, which is not bad at all. As for the time, we just hit the 5-hour mark exactly, so we've got 7 hours left to go in this episode, and now it's time for our bank to skyrocket. We're going to Zulrah. Alright, I invested about 1.2 million GP in supplies, and I'm going to upgrade to the Ava's Assembler, but to make it more fair, to unlock it, I'm gonna have to use a Trover Parchment and also pay Purdue 500k to imbue it. That's going to cost us 1.1 mil to unlock it. I think that's pretty fair. Now this is going to save us a ton of money on the dragon arrows we're about to be using, but I'm only down to 800k cash. So we got to make some money quick. I'm also going to spend 99k to buy a crafting skill cape. This is going to make our tellies to the bank after each trip extremely fast. Zulrah teleports are extremely expensive, almost 19k each. So I'm only going to buy 10 and hopefully we can sustain ourselves after that. Guys, we're about to head out and this guy Rain says, yo, sup TSN, good stuff. What an absolute legend, brother. Shout out to you, my man, and good luck at Zulrah. Alright, I gotta be honest, I have not done Zulrah in so freaking long, boys. Like, I hope we don't die. Well, oh my god, we're just hitting like an absolute truck at the moment. It's already down to 360 HP. I think we'll be okay. And I'm an absolute noob. I forgot the most important thing, my anti-venom. Well, at least we can do 1 KC this trip and grab it for the next one. This is going to be our favorite phase right here. The magic phase. This is when the twisted bow should absolutely shine. Yeah, I definitely probably should have watched like a refresh vid just to get the ropes down. That was kind of rough. But what do we got? Ooh, not bad, not bad. That's our first kill of the video. 735 KC is our starting KC. And I take that back. The first drop wasn't that good. Just about 50k in loot. And dead. Okay, this is a better kill. Now we're getting better at this. I only used 2 food that whole time. And even though these drops aren't worth that much, because I'm not using anything that consumes zulrah scales, all the scales we get are pure profit. Not a bad drop. That's like 130k. Dude, we absolutely smashed zulrah this kill. This is going to be a 3-kill trip. Let's see what we got for the second kill. Beautiful. Task completed. Zulrah speed trialist. And only using twisted bow, not even magic. Minute and 12 seconds. Damn, and look at that drop as well. 60k, 80k, almost 20k. Like 160k drop. Is Zulrah good again? Damn, boys. This is giving me 2015 vibes. Alright, I'm not even joking. We may have just got the 45-second veteran speed run or whatever. Let's see. Come on. That was, yep, I could feel it. 53 seconds. Not even using magic, dude. That's crazy. 53 seconds. We got the Zulrah Speed Chaser and the Zulrah Speed Runner. And not only that, but we're in absolute welfare, and this is going to be a 4-kill trip. If we can complete this kill, that is. And that should be a 4-kill trip completed. Something good? Ooh, not bad. Another, oh, that's like a 120k kill. Guys, that's 4 kills. A couple of them were a minute each or less, and that's 525k in less than like 8 minutes. Silver ore. Oh no, that's got to be rare. Oh damn, that's actually, I think, the best drop we've gotten so far. How many Zulrah scale is that? Just under 800 Zulrah scales, almost 200k. Excellent. Dang, we just got a magic seed and they're all the way down to 76k. That's pretty cheap for a magic seed. I think the cheapest they've ever been was like 54k, but they were just near 100k, so they've gone down almost 25%. Little cheeky spirit seed. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was a pretty fast kill, and not only that, it was also the last kill I'm going to do for now because we are all out of the supplies I invested in. This is almost all the loot except for 2 things in the bank that are almost worth nothing anyway. Let's sell all this loot off and see how much money we're left with. And that is all the loot sold, and we're left with just under 3.4 million GP cash. On the loot tracker, in 37 zulrah kills, we made 3.65 mil. But if you take a look at the clock, we're coming up on the 7-hour mark, and we started right when the clock just had hit 5 hours. So we made just about 1.7 mil an hour profit. Not bad. We still got some dragon arrows left, so the Eva's assembler was definitely a good investment. And as for the bank, we got 500k in the bank, so we got almost 4 mil cash, but I'm completely tapped on supplies. The next place I'm headed to is probably not somewhere anyone was guessing I would go next, and that's actually Spindle. I was looking at the OSRS wiki and I saw that Spindle has a magic level of 235, which is actually quite high. So I want to test out if it's actually somewhat a viable method here. Now obviously if I wasn't doing a 24-hour from scratch series, I would be using a web weaver or an Ursine chain mace, but because all I've got is the twisted bow, that's what we're rolling with. Alright, there's a 50. I think it's safe to say the web weaver is obviously a lot better, but I'm glad we're hitting 50s. A 66? Okay. Oh dude, this is what? This is destroying Spindle. 52. 65. Oh my, is this meta or something? Boys, we're destroying Spindle with the twisted bow. Okay, that was extremely fast. I don't know if it was as fast as an Ursine chain mace, but I would say it's definitely neck and neck with the web weaver method. Kill number 2. Oh, Onyx bolt tips right off the bat. Second kill, 300k. That's beautiful. Alright, magic seed. Dude, these drops are freaking better than zulrah. Alright, well, that didn't take very long at all. We did make 500k that trip, which is actually pretty good. I'll probably try one more trip, see how good the loot is back to back, and we'll decide from there. Okay, absolutely destroyed her that kill. Give me something good. Palm tree seed, not bad. The magic logs. Alright guys, I think this is going to be the last kill we do at Spindle. It's actually very relaxing doing it with the twisted bow, but after finding out that the Voidwaker Hill is almost the same price as the Tanzanite Fang, there's really no reason for us to be doing this. On the plus side, we did get a little bit of loot to sell, so this is going to help out with grinding zulrah. Let's sell all this and see what our cash is looking like. Not bad, almost 700k from that couple Spindle trips. We're up to 4.2 mil. Alright, I invested some cash in a bunch of supplies. This should last us quite a while. And check out the new drip. We're equipped with the full ancient d'hide. It's not much better than black d'hide, but we got a nice para bonus and it looks cool as hell. As for time, we just hit the 7-hour and 20-minute mark, so we've got about 4 hours and a half left. My plan is, if I can hit zulrah hard for the next 4.5 hours, we should set ourselves up for success going into episode number 2. The double flaxer, definitely not a good welcome back present. Last kill of the trip, not bad. Actually pretty good, that's like 160, 170k kill. Not gonna lie gentlemen, I am kinda loving the money snake right now. I don't know if the drops have went up recently. I mean, even Magic Seed is down at the moment, but just take a look at that drop. We got 70k, 75k, 27k. That's like a 175k drop right there. Very nice. Also, in case you were curious about my collection log, I do not think I've done zulrah on this account literally since the collection log came out. You can actually confirm that, I guess, just by looking at the amount of scales. That does not match 781 zulrah kills. I've definitely gotten some uniques like Tanzanite Fang, Uncut Onyx, Serpentine Visage, but I do not obviously have the pet or the mutagens. I have the Tanzanite mutagen on my range tank. I would love to get the magma mutagen on this account. No way, boys. Oh my god, dude. We were actually... Oh, yes. It actually happened. I knew coming back to zulrah was the frickin' play. Serpentine Visage, KC number 792, and a collection log. And it is a healthy 5.19 million GP. And as always, we pay our respects. Thank you, zulrah, thank you, Jagex, and thank you, Universe. Cha-ching! Now, even though we just got that Serpentine Visage drop, I'm not going to make it into a serpentine helmet. We're making so much money off the zulrah scales, and I'm definitely not trying to cut into our profit. So I'm just gonna hold on to it and sell it later. But damn boys, that felt so good. Let's get another unique. I knew that felt like a fast kill. 59 seconds, T-bow only. Beautiful. No freaking way, guys. You're joking me. You're joking me. We just got another serpentine visage. 799 kill count. I don't think I've logged off yet. I can probably find the last one we got. Let's see. 792 KC. We got a serpentine visage. And now we just got another one at 799. Bro, what is my RNG, guys? What the hell? You know what? I'm super grateful. All we can do is pay our respect. Thank you, zulrah. Thank you, Jagex. And thank you once again, Universe. Not gonna lie though, guys, it is pretty freaking funny. Just showing you guys the zulrah collection log. I'm like, yeah, I haven't done it since the C log got released. And then we don't just add one serp busy, we add 2 to the collection log, like 5 minutes after that. All right, now that we've gotten 2 serpentine visages, I think we can upgrade to extended anti-venoms. Oh my god, guys. No freaking way. My mind is officially blown. Like, okay, 792 serp busy, 799 serp visage, and 2 kills later, only 2 kills later, we get the Tanzanite Fang. Like, are we about to greenlog zulrah in frickin' 12 hours? And it's 12 million GP. That is absolutely insane. But you know what? Just the fact that we even got a Tanzanite Fang after getting 2 serpentine visages is just mind-blowing. I was already so grateful to get the first serpentine visage, let alone the second. A third drop in 10 kills, 9 kills, 3 drops. I don't even know what to say. All I can do is be grateful. Once again, thank you, zulrah, thank you, Jagex, and thank you, Universe. Ladies and gentlemen, if you take a look to the right at the stopwatch, we have just about made it to the 12-hour mark. I'm going to stop the timer when it hits 12 hours, even if this kill goes past it. This is going to be our last kill of the video. We have already had some ridiculous RNG, but if we get a drop right now, I think I might just go insane. All right, 3, 2, oh wait, I got to run over there. 12 hours exactly, beautiful. Let's finish this kill, and then we got to crunch some numbers. Can we get some last kill luck? Let's see, good luck, good luck, good luck. No, but hey, that's still over 100K. I'm grateful for that anyway. We've done it, ladies and gentlemen. Just take a look at all that loot we got in the inventory. And you know what? This is actually not even all of it. We still got some more in the bank. But a Tanzanite Fang and 2 serpentine visages. Just insane. I'm going to sell all this loot, then sell the remaining loot we got in the bank. And then we'll take a look at the loot tracker. I'll take everything we have out of the bank, and we'll see how much money we actually have at the end of day 1. Ladies and gentlemen, after selling all the loot from zulrah, we're left with 28 million GP. Let's see, 28.35 million GP profit. Now, I don't have that much in the bank, but let me take out the rest of the stuff in the bank and we'll see how much we're ending day 1 with. All right, that is officially everything we have to our name. You know what? I'm even going to remove this glory because when you're down bad, you got to make every GP count. Let's see how much we made in the first 12 hours. 31 mil profit. Obviously, we got super lucky at zulrah with the Tanz Fang and the Serp Helms. But, dude, 31 mil in 12 hours starting with nothing? That is not bad at all in my book. That's not even a full day. It's half a day. If this was a real T-bow rebuild and I just sold my whole bank for it, I would be like over the moon right now. And now let's take a look at the loot tracker. The loot tracker says we made 39.4 mil in this 12 hours. Damn, right under 40 million GP. 33.9 mil of that came from zulrah. Zulrah, once again, thank you so much. We got 700K from Spindle, 2.7 mil from Brutal Black Dragons, and I gotta say a big thank you to the Spiritual Mages because look at that. We got 4 Dragon Boots in less than 400 kills. I could not have asked for a better day 1. I got big plans for part 2. Should be out on Wednesday. I gotta get to the drawing board, but man, that is a ton of loot. And you know what? It's time for me to give some of this loot back to you guys. Let's get into this video's giveaway. Real fast, ladies and gentlemen, before we get into this video's giveaway, I gotta give a big shout out to the man, Florida Man 69. He's got a very generous donation towards the boys giveaways of 17 million GP. And not only that, guys, he said the videos just got him back into the game after being away for 15 years. And he's already on Old School RuneScape, taking GP away from the bots. Florida Man, giant shout out to you, my brother, and thank you so much for the support, and we're great to have you back, my man. Ladies and gentlemen, our last video had 231 unique comments. Guys, that's absolutely nuts. Thank you guys so much for the love and support, but that does mean I'm gonna have to use the Google Dice Roller instead of the comment picking raffler. 49 was our test number. Your chance at 50,000 Revenant Ether is 1 out of 231. Good luck, everybody. 3, 2, 1. Number 79. Sorting by new, as you can see, we're at the very bottom with the comment first. Shout out to you, Aggro. Now time to count to 79 and hope they left their RSN. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we've got comment number 79, Mr. Kenneth Obenza. He says, banger alert, keep them coming, and he left his RSN. Kenneth, thank you so much for the support, my brother. Thanks for the awesome comment, and most of all, thank you for leaving your RSN. All you gotta do to get your Revenant Ether is join the TSN Friends chat. Normally, if I'm online, I'm in there on one of my accounts, and we will get you your Ether as soon as possible. And I just want to give a big shout out to K Slice, the winner of the Ether giveaway last video. He won for a second time in 3 videos, and he said, you know what, just pass it on to the next guy. I tried to give it to him, boys. He said, nope, I'm good enough with this 50k Revenant Ether. Pass it on. So this one is from K-Slice, Kenneth. If you didn't win, do not worry. All you got to do is be a subscriber and leave your comment down below, and you're entered to win another 50,000 Rev Ether giveaway on the next video I post. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like and a comment on the video. It really helps out. And if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. We have a ton of content already on the channel. You name it, we got it. We got from scratch series, 24-hour challenges, PK videos, anti-PKing, PVM guides, we got it all. And if you're looking for a cool place to come hang out, we got the TSN Friends chat. Anyone can join. All that we ask is you're chill and respectful. Other than that, all you gotta do is type in TSN, and hopefully we'll see you in there. I will see you all in the next video. Peace.